I need your help. Please help me. How often do we hear these words from friends, family, and loved ones, and even from total strangers? And how often do we use these words ourselves to solicit for one assistance or the other? But as far back as I can remember, there's a popular saying that heaven helps those who help themselves. And so, what does this mean in the context of offering help to others or even getting help from them? As wonderful as it sounds, and trust me, it's a beautiful thing to be able to help your fellow human being when they're in need from their predicament. I've also realized that sometimes, if not all the time, offering help often requires some patience, some careful tact, and an intuitive sensing. And sometimes you just need to say a big fat no, I can't help. Yes, it will make you look like the meanest person on the planet, but sometimes that's the best that you can offer. So why is it not enough to just call on heaven to help you? Why does heaven want to help only those who help themselves? Because it turns out that life itself is an act of grace. But that grace also requires a little self-effort from the recipient of such grace, so that he's not just sitting nicely in one corner waiting for manna to fall from heaven, but he's also applying himself to some degree by taking action, self-initiative, trying to solve your own problems, rather than passively waiting for some intervention from others. The fact is, you feel one step higher in your growth when you can conquer your own fears and quench your own fires and fix your own issues. Just like the horse will rather drink directly from the river rather than you bring him a cup. No one ever gets an experience or a challenge or an adversity without them being given the right tools to overcome it. And it is in applying ourselves, using those tools that we've been given, that we've been blessed with, that we can then overcome our troubles. To have to run to others too quickly to ask for help without first attempting to find solutions makes us a hopeless victim of circumstances. And then we wallow in that victim mode for a very long time, and there's no more light at the end of the tunnel, as we now become beggars in need, comfortable in our own misery and misfortune. On the flip side, we are meant to be our brother's keepers and genuinely offering help when the need arises. But it requires a great amount of wisdom to be able to offer help without letting our ego get involved, wanting to look good. Like, look at me, I'm the one who helped that person do this. Oh, that person, oh, I'm the one who helped them do this or that. And it makes us feel nice, like we're good people. But that's just for our own feel-good factor and may not even be beneficial to that recipient. So a few things that I've learned on my journey recently that I thought I might share with you today to see if this makes sense for you on your own journey. First of all, don't ask for help prematurely unless you yourself have exhausted all angles in solving your own problems, until you realize that you can't go it alone anymore and you need the input of others. I can see some people saying, yeah, that's me, please help me. I've tried my best. I've done everything that I can. Have you? Or are you just going from one person to the other and trying to see which one bites? When I was younger, I used to say, I will try my best until my best is not good enough. And then I will ask for a little of your own best. So secondly, don't offer help prematurely, especially where it has not been solicited. But your ego would like to get involved for the glory, for the recognition, for the accolades that it will bring. Especially if everyone heard that you were that special person that came to their rescue. The number of times that we've all done this, consciously or unconsciously, helping others for our own sake. There's no blessing there. It's not genuine. If it's just for the hype, there's nothing for you to gain there. Thirdly, this one is hard. This one I'm teaching myself every day. Don't answer questions that haven't been asked. When people want your opinion, they should ask for it. If you give it freely, which I tend to do, and I'm learning to cut back significantly, you find that it is disregarded until they read the same thing that you said to them somewhere, or they hear it in the news, and then they come back and say, "Oh, Sylvia, I remember you talked about this. You were right." But only because you, as the messenger, was disregarded until they heard it from a bigger messenger, like a media authority or something. Then they believe it. We are fickle human beings, so don't offer it if they don't need it. And lastly, don't lend a helping hand where none has been stretched out. Otherwise, you risk casting pearls before swines, and it won't end well. As wonderful as it sounds to want to carry everyone along, I've realized that it's not everyone you can climb up a mountain with, because you see, the air up there is very thin. The higher you go, the more the oxygen is limited. And it's not everyone who's able to breathe that thin air. And they're actually more comfortable down below. So trying to pull them up is more like torture for them. And you risk being pulled down yourself. So sadly, you've got to let them go. And oftentimes, let them go through the pain and the suffering of being down there, down below, until they themselves are so disgusted by the deplorable states that they've sunk. And then they wish for something different, something higher. In some cases, that is the best help that you can offer them. The opportunity to reach rock bottom, so that rock bottom is so uncomfortable that they will use every drop of their own willpower, which has always been there, to demand change. And you would have contributed in helping them achieve that change in their lives. Even if initially they will see you as that mean person for not giving them the easy way out, the help that they needed. So every now and again, I'm faced with this same dilemma in my life. Should I help? When should I help? Should I help a little? Should I help a lot? Should I just say no? The moment you decide to help too quickly, you risk a sense of entitlement and even laziness. It quickly seeps in. They lose their own motivation to help themselves because you indulge them. You become the enabler. And yet, if you don't help at all, they might just resent you for it. They might tell everyone that you're such a mean person for everything that you have, and yet you don't even want to help them. But you learn to be strong and to be firm, and you say, no, not this time, with all the love that you can muster. And other times you help wholeheartedly because your spirit knows it's the right thing to do in that moment. So, till this day, I tell you, I thank all the people who said yes to me, but also the ones who said no. The ones who slammed the door in my face. I used to think of them as being mean people, but they were doing me a bigger favor, moving me one step closer to knowing my own strength. And for that, I am eternally grateful for all my yeses and all my no way Jose's. Until next time, be good to yourself and each other. Bye for now.